ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another special interview episode of the MK Productions podcast. Luckily, our co-host Kristin was presented a great opportunity for the podcast, so I'm going to let her take it away. Kristin, what do we introduce the audience to?
Yes. We were given another exclusive interview thanks to our friends at Screen Media Films, who have a brand new film that was just released over the week, released February 11th. It's a romance film, so just in time for, Valentine's Day happened. Nothing wrong with checking this film out. It's called A Week in Paradise, starring Malin Ackerman, Connie Nielsen, and Philip Winchester. It's centered around an international film star's world that collapses when her film director husband is outed by paparazzi by having a baby with his new, younger leading lady. Bum, bum, bum. Seeking solstice and healing, she escapes to the Caribbean boutique resort. It's directed by Philippe Martinez, and we got to meet up with Mr. Martinez and his latest project that was also written by Kate Wood. And like I said, it stars Malin Ackerman, who you might know from Billions and Rock of Ages, The Final Girls, Watchmen, Philip Winchester, Flyboys and Thunderbirds, and then, of course, Connie Nielsen, one of the stars of Gladiator, Wonder Woman, Basic, and 1 Hour Photo. And they actually filmed this during the pandemic. It sounds like a pretty nice, comfortable shoot the way Philip was describing it to me.
Yeah, well, honestly, it can't get any more comfortable than while shooting during the pandemic. That's actually commendable.
Yeah, it was a really small set from how Philip was talking to me about it. Studying his filmography, he's done a lot of action-based films, so this is something totally different that he got to take on, and you'll hear it in the next few minutes. He's a great guy. He's got more work ahead of him. I'm so thankful we got to talk to him.
And so before we cut to interview, where can the audience find this movie?
It is available to rent on video on demand, so you can rent it from Google or Amazon Prime. You can also see it in select theaters, so if you want to check this out, go check it out.
Okay, so I think we'll cut between a clip of the film and then we'll get right to the interview. Enjoy it, everyone.
Yeah, enjoy, and don't forget to follow us at the MK Productions Podcast on Instagram, and follow us, Mac and I, on Twitter at KFilmingo, and on Twitter at Mac Movie Reviews.
Hi, I miss you.
Maggie, no. Oh, I'm sorry. We are both
You're recovering from a broken heart. People used to die from those in the old days. For real?
I need to dust myself off from my cheating laughingstock of a husband.
The only way to get better is to be with my closest friend on this idyllic island.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm Sam. I'm the hotel chef. I'm here if you need me for anything.
He's lovely, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So I must say congratulations on the film.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I have to get the question out of the way. You got to film this during the pandemic. What were the challenges that you faced while filming during the pandemic?
Well, I tell you what happened. We are a British and American film company, and we were on lockdown, and we couldn't shoot movies in the UK and in the US as well. So, I looked at the map of the world and I say, okay, where can we go where COVID is contained? And one of the countries that had the least case of COVID was the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. So I came here and I brought my crew, and we hired about 40 local people that we've trained to make movies. And it was amazing. So the challenge was that at the time, actors and crew members had to go to a 2 weeks quarantine, which is no longer the case. But besides that, it was great because there is almost no case of COVID on the island. It's a very small island.
The island's just beautiful to begin with. I mean, it's so beautiful
Exactly.
from all those shots. I mean, what was it like filming?
We shot that movie in Nevis. It was really like, I wrote the movie there. And, I think that when you come to a place and you want to make a love story, you also have to fall in love with the place that you are. And Nevis is just, beautiful and recluse and romantic. And So it was just amazing. I mean, it was like an incredible human experience for me as a director and for the actors. They're all going to come back to make another movie. So it was wonderful.
Yeah, I can see that. And then this was like a huge direction you have taken with your career, because you've studying your filmography. You've directed a lot of action films. What made you want to take on a romance drama? I mean, it's perfect right now because we are in the season of Valentine's Day here. So what made you want to take on that?
Actually, what happened is that, when you're a producer and a director, you do what needs to, the type of movie that needs to be made, because, people ask you to produce that movie, that action movie, or whatever. But I think that when I've reached the age of 50, I told my wife, I say, it's time for me to make a movie that I really want to make. And I love romantic movie. I love romantic comedy. And we discussed with my wife and she said, absolutely, do what you like.
Yes.
And the other thing is that I think that, with the pandemic, it has so affected our life and the life of people, their ability to travel, their ability to go to vacation. So to be able to give them dreams and movie where they can escape, it's great. And I think that's a wonderful thing that we have to do as producers, as directors, writers, create stories that allow people to escape.
This was the great idea to send people on this escape with this journey. So, and I love the fact that you got to work with Kate Wood on the script and everything. What drew you to that script and say, I want to direct this film?
Well, it didn't happen like that. I had the idea of the story for the film. And I work with Kate Wood on a couple of projects, and she's just a marvelous writer. Mm-hmm. And I called her, told her the story, and I said, Kate, this is really like something special for me, and she did a marvelous job. So it was a pleasure to work with her.
Did you feel like drawing in some inspirations from other romantic comedies or romance films to begin with? Because one of the films that I immediately came across was like Just Go With It, but this one has this story has a little bit more heart to it than Just Go With It.
It's got more heart. Yeah.
So what is like some of the films that you wanted to draw inspiration from for this project?
Look, I'm a big fan of Claude Lelouch, the French filmmaker.
Yes.
I think he's a master in telling feelings of people through his films. I wish one day that I have that I can make a movie that people can feel how much I admire him. But I'm inspired by a movie like Bridges of Madison County, the Clint Eastwood movie, where what's sad today in the film business is, we're teaching our kids that, it's Marvel. And listen, I like Marvel movies as well, and I think it's great. What I think is sad is that there is not enough people story. And when you see a movie like Bridges of Madison County, where you see a photographer and a housewife in the middle of America, and that beautiful love story that she keeps all her life between two people, it's beautiful. I can mention you also Out of Africa, or so I like movies where there's a real story, and when you have the chance to have actors that are capable to be amazing on screen and tell that story.
So you got to work with a lot of talent over the years, including like Val Kilmer, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Elizabeth Hurley, the list goes on. What was it like working with Malin Ackerman? Because she's just been around for so long. It must have been incredible to work with her.
Well, okay, so I can tell you that it rarely happens in a lifetime as a director, but like I've been a fan of Malin all the time. And I've been a fan of Connie as well. So when I sent the script to the agent, and they read it and called me back right away and said that they love it and want to do it, it was like me having my dream cast immediately.
Aww.
So that was amazing. Two different actresses. So Malin, first of all, as a person, which I think is very important, she's right now, I don't know the word in English, but glowing. She's a woman completely exploding of confidence, and she knows what she wants in life, and she has what she wants in life, and she's just amazing as a human being. As an actress, she's all about the moment and the emotion. And it's a very different role than what she's done before. And I told her, I said, Malin, trust me, that movie is really going to bring you a different role in the future because you're going to be amazing in it. So she's all about intuition. She's amazing. Honestly, look, I'm not the type of director that say that my actors are amazing if I don't think so. If I don't think so, I just say nothing. I just say, yeah, great, wonderful. She was absolutely full of emotion and sensitivity in the way she did the part. So absolutely amazing.
And I also love the scenes when her and Connie are together. It must have been incredible to see their almost friendship and sweet chemistry. It's also sensitive, and just this friendly bond. You could felt their connection in their scenes. What was it like to bring that to life?
Well, I tell you something. You're very familiar with the film business, so you know that we normally work 12 hours a day on a film. Okay, we shoot 12 hours a day. On this film, I don't think that I've shot more than 6 hours per day.
Oh wow!
Because you see that beautiful hotel in Nevis called Golden Rock, right, where we shot a lot of the scenes. I would spend 2 hours with them, with Malin and Connie every day, having a long lunch, talking about life, talking about their life, my life. And I think that has allowed them to create that chemistry immediately. And so when after that, we go back to work and we do a scene where they are friends for life, that was much easier. So we didn't do that I didn't do that intentionally. But you know what? Within the first 2 days, we started to have lunch and we had wonderful discussion about their life, my life, and we became friends. And after that, when we went back to work, I was shooting. It was almost like a continuation of the long lunches that we had. That was a different process that I've done on any movie that I've done, to be honest with you. They loved it because they were like, God, Philippe, we're only shooting 6 hours a day because, I was doing 2 take, 3 take max, boom, because they were right there. The chemistry between the team was just amazing.
What are you working on next? Do you have any more projects that are in the works that audiences can expect to see from you?
Yes, well, I just finished a Christmas movie with Elizabeth Hurley for Screen Media. I just finished shooting it, and I'm doing another movie in April, which I cannot announce yet because it's being signed in the next couple of days. But
wow, congratulations!
It's going to be a big movie, I'm going to stay definitely as a director. I'm going to stay in that genre because listen, when you work with people like Connie, like Malin, and I don't want to forget also Philippe Winchester, who has been wonderful, and Jack as well. When you work with people like that, you're like, you know what? That's where I belong.
I also have one other final question. What advice can you give to young filmmakers or producers? Because we have a young audience who listens to us. So what advice can you get to them, and if they want to get started in the industry?
Well, I think that I think I've produced 60 movies by now. So I'm an old guy and I'm a veteran in the industry. This is right now the most exciting time the movie business has known probably in the past 30, 40 years. When they had invented the VHS tape. because all the platforms have a huge need of films, of product. The advice that I would give them is make a movie. Even if you make a movie for $20,000, $50,000. I think Robert Rodriguez gave the same advice where he said that he had $25,000 and he had the choice to go to film school with that money or to make a movie, and he decided to make a movie. I totally agree with that philosophy. You learn how to make a movie by just making a movie, whether you have $20,000 or $5 million or $20 million. And to make the movie that is close to your heart. Because at the end of the day, it's easier. People feel it if it's authentic. So that's what I would say. To be authentic to what they like as artists, and to make the movie no matter what, with whatever money they can find to make the film.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for the advice. And thank you for taking the time to speak with me. It was a real honor and pleasure to speak with you.
You're very welcome. And thank you for the opportunity to be in this interview.